I'm Yann Martel, the author of Life of Pi, The High Mountains of Portugal, and Self, and I'm delighted to be a judge for the next big story from the Novelry. Some stories are very definitely set in place with a capital P. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon is all about Scotland. It's really set in Scotland. It's all about Scottish accents, kilts. It's Scottish through and through. Place is exceedingly important in that story. But if you think of something like Waiting for Godot, in Waiting for Godot, you basically have one tree, and then you have a bunch of characters talking. In that case, the story is nearly irrelevant. You possibly could even not have the tree, just have a drawing on the wall of a tree. So there it's very much a story that's in a sense in your head. I mentioned Moby Dick earlier. Moby Dick set on a ship. Some seafaring stories, obviously the ship is important. So it kind of varies, but so that's one, in fact, that I would think varies probably the most. Every story needs a person, a character. Every story needs some kind of plot, some kind of story, some kind of problem. Place, it kind of depends on the flavor of the story you want. Some stories are very much set in a place because it's a source of culture, of stories themselves. Like, a story set in India can be really redolent of India, the sights, the smells, the culture. Whereas, as I said, other stories are more just abstractions. Life of Pi starts in India, but most of it takes place on a lifeboat, surrounded by water. So yes, that is a place, but it's a place that could be anywhere. It could be the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, the Pacific. In that sense, in my feeling, the place was important because it was an ocean, so the ocean life was important. But very quickly, you got the place and you moved on to something else. Other stories, as I said, are more rooted in place, and it constantly comes up. So horror stories are usually very located in place. There's a good example. It'd be hard to have a horror story that was set in a very abstract setting. Usually horror stories are rooted to place because that place is a source of tension. So, a bunch of teenagers go to a party in a remote house that has been abandoned for decades. They break in, they have fun, and then suddenly one of the teenagers does not come back. So they all want to leave, but somehow mysteriously the doors are locked, and then they start hearing creepy noises. That all comes from place. The house, the haunted house, becomes very important to the story. So there's one case where place very much comes to the fore. Place, just like geography is full of features and topographies, so is place in a story, and that can be a source of events, like literally earthquakes, quicksand. These are things that are located in place, and that can be a source of problems in your story. The main setting of Life of Pi is an ocean, and that plays a role in the sense that it's a restriction on Pi. He cannot escape that ocean. He's stuck on a lifeboat, and he has to survive. So place was important for me. I spent a lot of time doing research on ocean currents, ocean life, ocean weather. I spent a lot of time researching survival at sea. How do you survive in a very inhospitable environment, as you would in a desert or on a high mountain? So that nourished the story because it, in a sense, gave me challenges. How will Pi survive? How will that tiger survive in an ocean? He must find food. He must find potable water. The place gave me problems to resolve, problems for my character to resolve, which helps your story move along.